Beyond Barriers, a podcast sharing heartfelt stories of tears, triumphs, and resilience in the world of parenting and supporting people with a disability. Join us as we go beyond barriers to celebrate the joys and navigate the hardships together.
Hi everyone, I'm Indi Cleary.
And I'm Aden Perry.
And welcome to Beyond Barriers, the podcast.
We're here, we're finally doing it.
I know, right? It feels weird. We're in this fancy little podcast studio with the neon blue lights, the yellow lights.
I know, shout out 27 Project.
Yeah, they're helping us out here.
Let's get into it.
So we thought we'd just start the first episode just with a little bit about us, what we do, how we got into the business. So I'll start with me. My name's Indi Cleary. I'm 25. I have been a real estate agent for the last 8 years. I recently just stopped to help ADOS out full time.
Thank goodness.
I know. So I just do all the admin. I organise and coordinate the events. What else do I do, buddy?
You pretty much just, organise all the days. You help me out with the scheduling, get the staff on board, make sure that the kids are all good, check in with the parents.
Yeah, so that's my sort of gig. So I always loved it and had a passion for it when I met Aiden. So we've been together for about just over a year.
Yeah.
So I really found a love for it. I just fell in love with all the kids and all the participants. So pretty excited to be doing it almost full time along with some other side gigs I do. But tell us about what you do, Dol.
You're a busy lady. So pretty much I am the CEO and founder of Our Choice, and I founded it 3.5 years ago.
Perfect. Well, look, we actually sat down and came up with the idea of Beyond Barriers. What would you say?
Probably about like 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah, and we mostly did it because of what Aiden's saying. He started Our Choice at that time. We met a lot of parents and, people that support the kids and the participants, and we've noticed that there's been a lack of community and a way for the parents to communicate and feel heard and feel safe. So we really wanted to start this podcast to create a community for all of our parents, our support workers, people that support people living with a disability, and also for the people that have a disability to give some insight for us.
I feel like we've, gained a huge following from Our Choice, and it's not about, it's not a publicity stunt or a media stunt. It's just about people want to see like what the kids are doing and what the participants are doing. So we have many young adults and young females, and people want to see like, how they got to the point where they're at and why they're progressing so well and parents' journeys, especially like
I think
how they dealt with it. Totally.
For sure. So we wanted to start this episode off by just getting to know most about Aiden. He's the genius that started this company. And how did you begin it? Like, take us back to the start of the journey.
I can take you right back. So pretty much, 5 years ago, I started disability support work. I worked in group homes, and I can get right into the nitty gritty of what I experienced. I started in a group home where it was more personal care. So that comes down to, having to change nappies and, grown adult nappies. Grown adult nappies. And as a young man and who just fresh out of school and playing football, that's probably not really the norm. That's probably not what you really are dealt with, and you don't really know that stuff's out there. So I was thrown right into the deep end straight away. And I kind of thought, I was probably a bit rattled, a bit confronted. But I've always wanted to help people, and I thought that my personality, especially, I've loved seeing people grow, and I love being able to, do something, especially even with my partner and my family. I have to be the one to try and fix something, whether it's from the TV to like a mental issue or something like that. I'm more than happy to put my hand up and help. So I got thrown right in the deep end dealing with personal care. And I kind of said to the lady who gave me the opportunity to work in disability, hey, like, I'm not really that comfortable. I'm a bit confronted, So she said, okay, I'm going to throw you into another group home, and you're going to deal with participants who have like schizophrenia and are blind and have behaviors. Again, thrown right into the deep end. And ever since then, I've never looked back. I grew a really strong bond with a few of the participants in that group home. I was able to help them through my football. I was able to, talk about football with them, and that was a massive, a massive way to get inside of their head to be able to relate with them. And I grew a really good passion. And then we started going for like walks to coffee shops, And that's where I first got into community access, which has now led me to my beautiful company that I now have. And so pretty much I thought there was a massive need for community access. And when I was working at this group home through the NDIS, they needed to sign permission slips. They needed to get permission from parents. They were only allocated certain hours of the day that they were allowed to leave, and that's for funding issues as well. But I thought, why can't they just come out? Why can't I just pick them up from their house and we can just go out for the day and come back? And yeah, that led me to starting Our Choice Disability Services.
Yeah, cool. Well, yeah, from the year that I've dabbled in it, I've noticed such amazing things, and probably a little bit different to what most services do, although they're all amazing. And we're so proud to be in a bunch of awesome services out there. We are very big on a family aspect and, everyone making friends. And that's one of the main things when we ask our participants, what do you want to achieve with us? We write their goals and they say, we want a community, like we want friendships, genuine friendships. And they have that through the staff and through the other participants. So we're pretty big on that. In terms of staffing and when you hire staff, what's the deal there? Like, I know that, you want everyone to kind of get along, but also maintain a professionalism kind of level. So tell us a little bit about staffing and why you pick the people you pick. We have the best staff, by the way.
We do have the best staff, and a lot of people comment on that the staff have a genuine care and love and passion for their job. A lot of people in the company are people that I know, people that I trust, people that I know would do the exact same jobs with the kids or the participants that I would do when I'm out with them. I know that when they're out with them that they're going to do the exact same job as I would do, if not better. And that's a big thing for me. They have to want to do it. They have to show me. They take it upon themselves. They show really good initiative. They say, hey, I'm going to do this. Is this okay? And hey, like, I was thinking about doing this next week on a Monday. Can you book this in for me? And absolutely, like when people tell me that, I'm like, yes, like that's exactly what I want for the disability sector. I want people to say I'm excited to take my participant to do this because I feel like it's going to benefit them massively. And that is what really gets me pumped every single day for 3 years now. So
yeah, I know.
It's cool.
It's pretty cool. And Aiden, can you tell us about when you started, how many kids did you start off with? How many participants?
So I started off with 2 from my previous company. They asked me, I took a little bit of a break for a little bit, and they asked me, hey, like, are you still doing support work? We'd love you to support our kids. And I thought, should I get back into it? I took a little bit of a break due to football and other commitments. And I didn't really have much idea about starting a business. Obviously, I had to purchase the company. Obviously, I had to working out how to do it, all these softwares that they've got out there as well. And I really, really dove straight into it. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. So I purchased it straight away, and I haven't looked back. I ended up messaging the parents back and say, hey, yeah, I'll do it. But obviously, it costs money to start a company, and that's just in everyday life. You need funds.
Yeah.
Said, yeah, I'll do it. And I ended up just taking them out for a couple of weeks, maybe close to a month. Didn't charge them because I didn't know how to.
Yeah. So could I just say,
of course,
when you started your company, so you didn't just have your ABA and you had the full company in motion when you had these 2 kids?
Yeah, that's right. So I had the full company in motion when I had these 2 kids. I was getting into the swing of things, sorry, but it was definitely in the works. And I told them that I'm thinking about doing this. So I took these participants out, and we just hung out for the day, just as like mates. Their mums really, they were single mothers at the time, of looking after these kids. They really trusted me, and they said, I said, I'm happy to take them out. Like, obviously no charge. I don't understand how to do it. Let me take them out. Let's just do the fun things that I was doing when I was working with them previously. And once I work it out, then we can start from there. So yeah, I did that for about 2 or 3 weeks, no pay, no money. And it's never been about the money. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love seeing them. I took them to my games. They came into the sheds with me. They used to come over for dinner with mum and dad, and they used to cook them dinner. And this is all just like, they're pretty much like my little mates. So
yeah.
That's how I've always wanted it. I want it family orientated. I want it to be, I want it to be close, and I want everyone to know everyone really, really closely and have that trust. Because if you don't have that trust, then
you got nothing.
You got nothing.
That's it.
And you're not gonna succeed in this sector, or you're not gonna build really cool friendships and relationships.
No, for sure. And now that, we started with 2, where are we at now?
I think we're close to 25. We have, numbers fluctuate, obviously. People move, people move
Holidays
on.
are huge.
Holidays are huge. Some of our participants have gone into the workforce. So it's not always just our choice and our choice is it forever, but it's definitely a pathway and a transitioning program as well now that we're really excited about. So yeah, I think we have hit close to 25. So
Growing.
And we're always looking for people to come on board and experience us and experience what we do. And I think we have the most fun out there. I'll back us in that.
Yeah, for sure. No, I so agree. And I think when we speak about it being a family aspect, that means for staff and all of our participants. And even though we want to continue to grow the company, it's so important that family aspect remains really strong and true to what we do. So
true. And I'm going to hit you with a little bit of a reverse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hit you with a reverse.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts when you first started? When I first
came into the business?
Because obviously like it's something you've never experienced before. So what was your thoughts when you first ever started?
This is a good question.
And this is right on the spot.
This is a good question. I thought I was doing the interviewing today.
I know. Okay. I just wanted to ask, now that I'm in here and I'm feeling a bit more comfortable, I just wanted to ask and get your thoughts quickly before we go to the next question.
Yeah, no, of course. So when I first saw, like, obviously I was in real estate, which is a very different industry. It's got the same kind of, I guess, core sense of helping other people, but in a different way. Like it was just different to what I expected. But I used to just think, oh wow, this is so fun. Like you just get to go to the park or go to the movies like all through the day. But as I, got more into it and I saw the behaviors and, the emotional toll that it had on workers and parents and, things going wrong or new things being diagnosed that they weren't sure how to handle. It's really opened my eyes to what it is, and it's given me so much admiration for what you do as well. Like I just think Aiden's amazing and all of our staff's amazing, and I'm so grateful that I've been exposed to it, because if you don't see it, you don't know. Like you think, oh cute, that's amazing, how helpful, but like it really does change participants' lives and parents' lives as well. And that's why we really wanted to start this, because as we go on, we're going to bring parents on and interview them as well. And
I know, I'm so excited to hear some of the stories of the parents.
It'll
some
be
of the
so
stories
good.
that they have, like you wouldn't even know. Sometimes you hear these stories on the news, or you might hear it on, might read a news article or so and so. But like we're there every day and we see them live and breathe it. So I'm excited to hear what they have to say, and also get people on who do live every day with a disability. Like they're just some of the most incredible people. So this podcast is going to be pretty cool. So
yeah, it'll be awesome.
I'm excited.
I know, but we really just wanted to delve into, I guess, the world of ADOS and the world of our choice, because it's pretty friggin' awesome. So just touching on, now that the business is kind of at a place, where do you see it heading? Like, where do you see it going?
People always have aspirations to grow the business and make it big. And, I want to be the biggest and the best, but I still want to stay at a place where I know all my families. I want to know all my workers. I want to know all my participants, and I want to know everything about them. At the moment, I'm comfortable with close to 25 families, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I know all about them. I know their names. I've got all their numbers saved. It's not just a number to me. Like, it's not just a number. Like, I know all of them.
Not creepily, but you know all their addresses.
I know all their addresses off by heart. That's another little fact about me. I know every single participant's address.
Yeah, he does.
You can test me, but I'm not going to say it on the podcast because that's an invasion of privacy. However, like I do want to expand, and I think the product of our choice, if you take it, interstate, Queensland, out to Central Coast, down the coast, there's definitely a huge market for it. However, I still want to stay in the loop of everything. So you got to weigh it up a little bit, but that's where I do see it going. I do see it going interstate, which would be really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I have had people reach out from interstate. So to see it, go into another state with that is a big goal, but I'd have to move up there for a bit to do that. So.
Yeah, and I think the good thing about you and the company is that we would never just say, this random person, go and look after it. Like, we are very hands-on, and especially Aiden, like, he makes sure that, we know all the parents. We do meet and greets. Like, we don't just sign anyone on, like, so they know us and we get to tell them a little bit about the staff because we know all of our staff really well. So I think, there's definitely a space for it interstate, but it's still got to have that family aspect. We need to make sure we're getting the right staff and get to know our families over there too, eventually in the future.
That's it. That's
we still have a bit to do in Sydney.
That's in the future. At the moment, I'm happy with where it is at now, and I love all my participants. So I just want to make sure that they're all good now, and we keep building and going with that where we are. So that's good.
So obviously that was a long-term goal.
Any
short-term goals, like things you want to do before the end of the year?
Short-term goal, I just want to keep making sure that our camps are cool. We run really cool camps. We have so much fun, and I just want to make sure that everyone's happy. Like, short-term goal, everyone's happy, everyone's enjoying it. I'm still thinking of new ideas, and I'm still loving it. So I just want to make sure that if I love it, everyone will love it. And Indi loves it.
Touching on camps, we do some pretty epic camps. So I know we touched on community access.
Yep.
What else do we do?
Yeah, so we pretty much do Restbite, camps. That's it. Like, we pretty much do community access, Restbite, and camps.
Yeah.
Our camps are our big thing. So we do them every school holidays. Some are bigger than others depending on numbers. But, last camp we had, nearly 40 people up there, including support workers, participants. We had family members up there. My mum came up. It was a really cool experience. And as my mum said, like, if everyone needs to experience an Our Choice camp. It's just so out of the box and so different. And our camps are so cool. We've got our next camp coming up in the spring, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah. So just a bit about camps. I think they're what we're known for, I would say.
Totally.
As well as community access. But we like our main goal is to make them as fun and obviously as safe as possible. Aiden and I always joke about this. Like, Aiden's like the fun guy and I'm like Nanny McPhee at camps.
Nanny
I'm like,
McPhee, right there.
Like, obviously I'd be as fun as possible, but from like, I guess a maternal perspective.
Making sure everything's clean, making sure everything's running to protocol.
Yeah, so there's like a running joke that like I'm Nanny McPhee at camps, but hey, someone's got to be safe. But no, like really it's about making them as fun as possible and safe and giving the parents a bit of a break as well. Like, I think it's full on, having a child with a disability that needs 24/7 care. So for us to be able to provide a fun environment for the participants as well as, the parents trust us that we're looking after them and they're safe and they're eating and they're showering and being changed and everything like that. That's what we give so much credit to our staff because we couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Yeah,
they are incredible.
They're amazing. We try and have a camp. When do we have? About 4 times a year?
Yeah, 4 times
Summer,
a year.
winter, spring, autumn.
4 school holidays, yeah.
Yep, so we're pretty big on that. And our camps are awesome.
They are awesome.
They're pretty cool.
All right.
I know, but just I guess, what have we touched?
We've touched on pretty much everything.
You're going to have to bear with us, guys. It's our first one.
I know, it's our first one. We were a little bit nervous heading in here, but I'm starting to feel a bit more comfortable now.
Yeah, we'll get better at it for sure. Actually, I've got a good one.
What do you got for me?
We say trust is everything, but loyalty. Like, how grateful are you to the families that you've had forever since you've started?
Yeah, like obviously like having new participants on is really exciting and you're like, oh, how can I help? But also the loyalty aspect of working with kids and watching them grow for like I've had kids from my previous companies and that I've known before starting Our Choice. So, I think the longest participant I've had is now like coming up to 4 years. So I've known him since he was like 4 years old. He's now 8 and
he's 9.
He's 9.
Yeah, just turned 9.
So he must have been just turning 5. So he's just turning 9. So I've known him for 4 years and watching that little boy grow and the stuff that his family has to deal with and watching what he's had to deal with and
his progress
and being a big part in seeing him do things that his family may not have seen him not even thought that he could do. That is something that I just live for and it's a different side to me than other people would see. That's something I'm so proud of, like, being a part-time footballer and completing high school and having a beautiful partner and all that stuff, but seeing those kids progress, that is something, and the loyalty.
Yeah,
seeing
that's
them
what dreams are made of.
It's incredible.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think like I love like at the end of the day I sit with Aiden and, you know, we go through the photos and he goes, oh my God, you got to see a photo of this participant when, you know, he first started, and it's so cute, and like it just makes you so proud of him and the company because, yeah, our families are super loyal. Like most of them have been with us from the start. So
yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Like I'll never pat myself on the back and say I'm so proud of myself for this. I'm proud of the progress. I'm proud of the progress of the kids. I'm proud of the progress of the families. And that's something that's, you know, it's so special. And it's having people come from outside and come into Our Choice and see all that and just really immerse themselves in that environment of Our Choice Disability. Like that is cool. So
I forgot.
What do you got?
The name, Our Choice. What
Our
made
Choice.
you pick it?
Good question. The reason I picked Our Choice, I literally picked it on the spot. So when you start up, just for everyone, if you want to start up a company in any aspect, you need to think of a name straight away. You can change it, but you do originally need to think of the name. So I just thought, like, when I was working in disability, it was a lot of everyone else's choice of what they were doing, whether it was a worker or you need to do this, you need to do that. So our big thing, and I tell staff when I hire them, I tell them, when you go to a participant's house and it's the first time you meet them, or whether it's the first time you meet them or up until now, if you've had them for 4 years, you need to ask either the parents or you need to ask the participant themselves, what do you feel like doing today? What do you want to do? Therefore, the name, Our Choice. So it's their choice, and you need to, if they say, hey, like, I don't want to go swimming today, I want to go for a run, you're going for a run with them. You know, that's how it works. So you need to do what they're doing, and it's their choice. Yeah,
for sure. No, I love that. And when we say Our Choice, it's good because we encourage the participants to step out of the comfort zone, and we do heaps of activities that are outside of the norm. Like I fly, we did jet boating the other day, treetops is on the list.
Yeah, we've done everything. We've done indoor skydiving, we've done go-karting, we've done, what else? We've done so much stuff.
Yeah, we do heaps of exercise stuff. Like we're big on like
massive boxing sessions, gym sessions.
Yeah.
If you just check out the Instagram at Our Choice Disability,
shameless plug,
low key promo. You just see all the stuff we do every single day. Drawing, and endless things and endless opportunities for them. So that's another thing, just creating opportunities for them and making sure they find things that they love. Sometimes we've had participants come to Our Choice and they don't know what they like, and they end up knowing exactly what they want to do every day because of coming to our service, because we give them such a chance to express themselves
and find a
individually.
passion.
Yeah. They become passionate about things. You know, some participants don't even like rugby league, and now they watch me every Saturday. Like it's cool.
Forced.
I say you have to come. Not your choice, my choice.
Just jokes. No, it's actually really cute because they love the footy. We've got a few of our staff that play footy too, and like we get a big crowd there, like with the kids. They love it. Like they run around, they cheer, they love the environment, they love the competitiveness of the games. But yeah, we don't just do footy.
Yeah, it's not just football. It's not just all about like us. Like it's not about it's not always about sport either. There's some participants who just love drawing,
movie making,
love going to the movies, and then movie making and being creative in their own way. And that's another thing, like dealing with people who are labeled as disabled. They're actually they are just so incredible. Like the way their minds work is just insane. Like they're able to do things that we can't do. And yeah, they're unbelievable.
Yeah, for sure. No, well, you've done an amazing job, honestly. Like I'm so excited to see where the company goes, and I'm so excited for this new journey of Beyond Barriers as well. So before we talk a little bit about the pod, is there anything else you want to touch on with the company?
Nothing really. Let me see my little list.
I know we've actually
that Indi's sister Malaya, who's been helping us behind the scenes. Little shout out there. I know
we're trying to be professional with our show. Listen to us talking over each other already.
I know.
We're trying to be professional with our show notes, so we just stay on track because we have a tendency to ramble on. So
how long has this been going for? Do you have a timer on?
bear with us. But
bear with us.
Anything else you want to touch on company wise?
No, nothing really. I'm just excited to have all our guests on, and we've got a really cool lineup of people with amazing stories. And
company wise, doll.
Oh, company wise.
Yeah.
See, I don't really listen. No, that's it.
Yeah, no, cool. So yeah, just where Aiden was going with that. We're so excited for the podcast, and I guess our main reason for it is stories and triumphs and sadness and laughter. Like we laugh all day long with like our participants and our parents. Like when we drop them home, oh my God, this is what happened today, and they just
And I think like
themselves.
the cool thing is like the participants wouldn't even know, but like they are our dinner time stories. Like
Yeah.
what they achieve, or the funny things they say, or you know, whether it's a sad story, like they consume most of our dinner stories.
Yeah.
You know, we have so much going on in our lives, but they wouldn't even know how much happiness they bring us and how many laughs they bring us. You know, like little sayings that they say, we walk around saying it in the car or at dinner or,
Yeah.
you know, just everyday life. We end up like talking how they speak. So
Yeah.
that's what this is going to be about.
A little bit of a relax.
Having a little bit of a relax.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think I touched on it earlier, but yeah, like even the parents that we speak to, that some of the stories are just like they need to be heard. And I just know there's so many other parents out there that, you know, are probably having similar struggles or going through similar things, and it just for them to have a community, like it's just another sense of community for us that branches off our choice, but we want it to be different, and we want it to kind of be about the parents and the supporters, to be honest.
Well, they're superheroes in themselves.
Yeah.
Some of the things that they have to encounter and see and deal with is just you wouldn't even know. So that's why this podcast is going to be so great, because they're gonna really bring a community together, and you're gonna hear some really cool stories, and you're gonna shed some tears and you have some laughs. But they need to be heard. They certainly need to be heard, because you know they don't really have the platform to do it. So if we're able to bring them that platform, I'd love to do that, because they need their stories to be heard.
For sure. And I guess just to wrap us up, like we'll end it there for you.
She's
today.
wrapping me up already.
No, but we want to try and do anyone that we interview or anyone that we speak to on the podcast a bit of a quote or a saying that, you know, helps them through. Or so what's a bit of like a quote or some advice that you can give our listeners in terms of supporting people with disabilities?
My quote, I've thought about this, considering I knew that I was going to be somewhat interviewed in my first podcast. I've thought of it quite thoroughly. I think my quote, and I want every single guest that we have on this podcast, me rambling on, I want every single guest that we have on this podcast to leave it with, you know, something that they think's really important to them. My biggest thing, working in disability for so long, and my biggest quote is, let your son or daughter or someone you know, a family member or the person that you have enrolled within our choice, let them have those experiences. Let them find out for themselves. Let them, you know,
take risks.
Let them take risks. Let them enjoy themselves. Let them do what they want to do, just because they're deemed as disabled. Like I've said, they can do so much, and find whether it's our choice or another disability service, find that service that you trust. We as support workers, we have their best interests at heart. Like, and that's the truth. We have their best interests at heart, and we want to see them do well. We don't, you know, I've never had a participant go home hurt. I've never had a participant go home and be injured or quite upset with what we tried to do, because that experience, that makes them who they are, and it lets them progress and grow. So my quote is, let them experience things. Let them experience life the exact same as everyone else experiences life, and you'll see some awesome changes. Like, you'll see some really cool things happen. Give them let them do the swimming lesson. Let them jump out of a plane if they want to. If that's what they want to do, let them do that, because no one's out there, you know, no one, if you trust that person and you've built that trust with that support worker, let them have those experiences, because they are so capable. So that's my one thing. And let them do it.
Yeah.
Let them experience.
No, I love that. I think that's such a key takeout from everything we've learned. And yeah, but that's basically it. That's it.
That's our first step.
Yeah.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am proud. I feel like
proud.
We'll
Can I
get
have a high
better.
five?
We'll just get better. But
we definitely will get better.
Yeah.
Less rambling, less cutting each other off, but it's a good start.
It's a good start.
And we can't wait for the next episode for our first guest.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.